Some of the most enduring images of the people and places of pre-industrial Japan are found in woodblock prints. These prints, known as ukiyo-e, or pictures of the floating world, were inexpensive pictures made for the rising working class that grew in the city of Edo, which we now call Tokyo. The prints influenced the art of Western painters such as Monet, Whistler, and Van Gogh, and they continue to hold our interest today.
Hi, I'm Wendy Takuda with Kwan TV Channel 4. We're here at the Asian Art Museum in San Francisco, and we're about to see highlights of an exhibition of two of Japan's most famous print artists, Katsushika Hokusai and Hiroshige. They were active during the 19th century, during Japan's Edo period.
The Edo period is named after the city which became the capital of Japan in the early 1600s. Edo was known for its lively urban culture that was cosmopolitan and fashionable. Ukiyo-e prints were the ideal art form for this group. Artists and publishers catered to their tastes and demands. The prints were mass-produced and inexpensive. One print cost the same as a bowl of rice. The beauty of nature had been a theme of Japanese poetry, literature, and art for centuries. But it was Hokusai who turned landscape into a major theme of ukiyo-e prints. Hokusai was born in 1760 and was a prolific artist until his death at the age of 90 in 1849. In his early work, he continued the ukiyo-e tradition of representing kabuki actors in character, but landscape, once a minor detail, now occupied nearly half the composition. He also began to experiment with Western-style perspective, based on his study of Dutch copperplate prints. Here the actors are shown in a Japanese-style interior, whereas the background recedes in a more Western fashion. Hokusai's 36 views of Mount Fuji, completed around 1833, shows the artist's compositional genius. In some prints, the mountain looms large. In others, Mount Fuji is admired from afar. And in still others, the mountain offers a scenic backdrop to images of everyday life in the country. Hokusai plays with the viewer's eye. He juxtaposes Fuji against the head of a lovely young woman. In another print, the mountain appears ready to be submerged by an impossibly huge wave. And in yet another, Fuji is framed by a carpenter's barrel. Hokusai shows the delight the common person found in the landscape, but also their struggle with the unpredictable elements of nature. The overwhelming popularity of this series during its day revealed the people's fascination with Japan's most beloved and sacred mountain. In another major work entitled Rare Views of Famous Bridges in All the Provinces, Hokusai created imaginary as well as real bridges that were of interest for their unusual constructions and beautiful settings. In two other series, Hokusai continues to delight the viewer with his landscapes. But here, human figures and poetry are brought to the fore. Hokusai includes a poem in the upper portion of the prints in this series. Here the poem reads, "Like the salt seaweed burning in the evening calm, on Matsuo's shore, all my being is aglow, awaiting one who does not come." Hiroshige was born in 1797 and died of cholera in 1858. He retired from his samurai post as fire marshal at the age of 27 and became a full-time artist. He was catapulted to fame with the monumental series 53 Stations of the Tokaido, which was completed around the same time as Hokusai's Fuji series. These prints take the viewer along Japan's historic road, connecting the administrative capital of Edo and the imperial capital of Kyoto. It's thought that Hiroshige himself traveled that route around 1832. Although travel outside Japan was forbidden during the Edo period, interest in domestic travel was stimulated by frequent official journeys of regional feudal lords, as well as increased commercial travel and religious pilgrimages. Hiroshige's landscape series of the Tokaido and the Kisokaido roads reveal breathtaking vistas. We cross rivers and wide valleys, scale craggy mountains on narrow paths with Fuji in the background. Hiroshige depicts various means of travel. Here a man is carried in a palanquin. He's followed by a traveler on horseback. These people are fording the Rokugo River at Kawasaki on a commercial ferry. But most people traveled by foot and were subjected to the force of Japan's varied weather. Both Hokusai and Hiroshige love to represent average people in their daily activities. Today, these prints provide us with a window into the lives of the common Japanese person more than 100 years ago. We see a variety of types and classes of people. Here we see a roadside tea stand with the owner tending the fire. A porter lights his pipe, and a mail courier takes a rest. Farmers are shown working on their crops. Laborers stack lumber. Merchants carrying their goods enjoy the scenery. Courtesans make their way to a remote engagement. And samurai embark on the long journey home. Most ukiyo-e conform to standard paper sizes, but here, Hiroshige created dramatic panoramic views by piecing three prints together. In Hiroshige's 100 Famous Views of Edo, completed around 1857 when the artist was 60, we see the popular sights of the vibrant capital city. There are jubilant fireworks at night. A profusion of plum blossoms in a temple garden. And a provocative twilight viewed through the window of a courtesan's bedroom. The mystique of travel and the beauty of the Japanese landscape with its 4 distinct seasons provided Hokusai and Hiroshige with ample subject matter for their print designs. These prints continue to delight viewers all around the world.